That's what they really, that has to stop. What they've done is they've gone after opponents so that if you become president or some other job, but if you become president and you don't like somebody, or if somebody's beating you by 10, 15, or 20 points like we're doing with crooked Joe Biden, let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict him. Then I have to call up Harmeet Dillon. And I say, Harmeet, will you get me the hell out of trouble, please? Can you believe it, right? Harmeet, did you ever see anything like what's going on? I got indicted 4 times. I set a record. It's a record. Most indictments in the shortest period of time. Who is it? Trump. Trump. What the hell did he do? More than half of the unsheltered homeless people in America live in communist-run California. Think of that. As president, I will use all available powers to take the homeless, drug-addicted, and severely deranged and get them off your streets so that law-abiding citizens can once again enjoy the parks and public spaces for which they're paying a lot of money in taxes. With all of the money we will save by ending mass illegal immigration, if you look at it, we will have a gigantic surplus to get our homeless population the treatment they so clearly need. Now, many of the people will never be made better. These are people that in many cases are in such bad shape, they'll never be made better. Seriously addicted, and lots of other things happen when that happens. But we also, don't forget, we're taking in the world's population. We're taking in the mental patients from all over the world. You have mental institutions that are empty right now in South America and many other places all over Africa, where they're bringing these people to the United States, having them walk into our country, and we're living with them. Some of these people are very dangerous. It's also, you're taking prisoners, many prisoners. If you look at the prison population in South America and all over the world, including Africa, Europe, all over the world, the prison populations almost in some cases doesn't even exist. They've taken all of it, and they're dumping, we're like a dumping ground. They've dumped it into the United States. These are the idiots that are running our country. So it makes a really bad situation much worse. But we're going to have the largest deportation operation in the history of our country. You can't do this. Nobody can sustain this. Nobody. We will rapidly rebuild the most secure border in the United States, just as we had 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we had the strongest border in the history of the United States. I built almost 500 miles of wall. I watched this loser, Chris Christie. He built 50 miles. No. You know what they say? If there's a 2x4 laying in the, and it's rotted, rusted, but it was there for 50 years, but it's not, they call that a renovation, so therefore they don't give me credit. We take the 2x4, we throw it away, we build a beautiful, exactly what, the wall we built is exactly what Border Patrol wanted. We actually had mountain climbers. We had, you wouldn't believe how talented these people are. They can scoot up that with 100 pounds of drugs on their back. It's amazing. The panels on top, they're decline. They're called decline panels. They make it very hard to climb over. Everything is done for a reason. And they're steel. They wanted them to be steel with concrete inside and then rebar, hardened concrete and rebar. We did everything just as we should. We built almost 500 miles. We had another 200 miles that we would have built. We already achieved our objective. And I had to deal with guys like Mitch McConnell and Paul Rhino. Do you know Paul Rhino? Paul Ryan. We had to deal with Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, all these guys, and it was brutal. So what I did is I said, the hell with it. This is an invasion of our country. I'm taking the money out of the military, and we did. Military was great. It's an invasion. But we built almost 500 miles. Then I said, let's build some more, because what happened is you'd have other areas that you wouldn't see then, and all of a sudden they were become open. It became paths, and we were ready to do that. It was all ordered. And the election was rigged, and then these guys come in, and they took that stuff, and they actually brought it away, and now they're trying to sell it for 2 cents on the dollar. Can you even believe it? It was all ready to be installed. And that's when I first believed that they actually want to have open borders, and nobody can explain it. They don't need the votes because they cheat. They cheat so well, they don't need the votes. So, everyone says, oh, they're doing it for the votes. No, they don't do it for the votes because they cheat so much that it's a lot easier. I'll also use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries immediately.